Skip Bayless is a turd, as we all know. And Chris Broussard actually called him out on his very own network. Take a look and then we'll discuss.
There is one reason that LeBron James some people have considered him not clutch. And this is a credit to this man's influence. It is our friend and colleague, Skip Bayless. Because every single weekday of LeBron James's career, Skip has been beating the drum that he's not clutch. The day after LeBron scored 48 against Detroit, 29 of Cleveland's last 30 points, and 25 straight in a win, and he was 22 years old, in a playoff game 5, right? And they eventually went to the finals. And Skip, I didn't know how. I was excited because I was like, there's no way Skip's going to be able to find fault with this performance. And he pointed out, I guess LeBron missed a regulation jumper at the end of,
to win.
Yeah, something like that. Then when LeBron against Dallas, the worst moment of his career.
Game 5 against Boston the year before, and then Dallas.
That made Skip look like a prophet.
Okay, now there are many things that I want to address very quickly. It is that part of it is true.
Right.
That Chris Broussard going on the very network that pays Skip Bayless $5 million a year in order to talk smack and feed a BS narrative, a flawed narrative about LeBron James is so good. This is like media porn. Like having one guy go after another guy on the very same network is drama in and of itself. This should be like a CSI episode. So on top of that, Chris Broussard has been flawed as well. For people who don't know, just Google. He is involved with, a lot of anti-gay churches, as we certainly do know. But for the NBA stuff, I agree with him 100% on this. And in case you've been living under a rock, here's what Skip Bayless has said time and time and time again, great song by Jungle, about LeBron James. Take a look.
This was, to me, the real LeBron James. This is who he is, and to me, who he has been. This is the spoiled brat product of those billions of witnesses out there.
Grade his performance, or overall grade for LeBron James in Game 6. What is it, Skip?
I'm going to give LeBron a break today because he did have a triple-double, including 19 rebounds. So I'm going to give him a D-. Okay, what we've seen now, period, end of story. LeBron James was made for the regular season.
I want to know what you're going to say, though.
When he wins?
Yes.
I'll say he should thank Dwayne Wade. It's about damn time, LeBron. What took you so long? Have I been unfairly critical of LeBron James? In my opinion, absolutely not. I have only consistently spoken the valid truth about LeBron. Do I think he has the clutch gene? Did he prove that? No. LeBron had cramps to start game 1. Just for a superstar, you have to figure out how to avoid cramps in game 1 of the NBA Finals.
We're having a parade in Cleveland.
Have you been listening
Are you
watching?
coming to the parade?
No, I'm not, because there won't be one.
But Danita, how important this is to them.
Well, Ray Allen saved his legacy. On the record, Steph Curry is mentally tougher than LeBron James.
I don't care.
I do not hate LeBron James. In fact, I like him very much. Even I, rooting for my Spurs, I'm a big Spurs fan for a long time. Even I was sitting back saying, LeBron, what happened?
He finished with what has happened to you.
I'm just glad that someone's finally calling him out on the clutch gene theory. It has to be the most absurd theory to mankind. And it's finally something that's being brought to the attention and to surface. And the thing is that Skip is a great journalist. He's a great writer.
Was, yes.
Was a great writer.
Yes,
is a great writer, because I haven't read newer pieces, so I'm still giving him the credit that if he was to write a piece, it'll be great. He hasn't failed in his writing. Now, as far as just being in front of the camera, maybe, I don't know. It's two completely different people. His writing and the way that he reports things and he opinionates on things isn't the same. It doesn't correlate. So I'm glad that it's the clutch gene theory for me was just like absolutely crazy. And then not only that, but he's been degrading LeBron's career the entire time he's been on air, and he's used this platform to be provocative, right? And that's what I thought for a long time. You could probably see
from his tweets as well how provocative.
That's what I thought for a long time.
Yes.
I felt like he was just provoking, and then there's one tweet there. If Gordon Hayward is gone, maybe for the season, LeBron's path to losing a 6 finals gets even easier. I thought he was just a provocative guy, someone that just says things to get attention, to start conversation, but it's not the case. I feel like it's genuinely something that he truly believes in, and he just for whatever the reason. God knows what LeBron did to him personally, but he's never been a fan.
I don't think it's something that he personally believes in. What I believe is, in order to make a name for yourself in this day and age, you have to be the loudest, you have to provoke.
Yeah.
On top of that, you have to, even if it is wrong and everyone knows it's wrong, you have to stick by your guns no matter what. So when Chris Broussard said that they held him up, sports fans held him up as a prophet when he lost the finals, the second finals he went to, first one in Miami, to Dirk Nowitzki, Jason Kidd, Sean Marion, Tyson Chandler, and that whole bunch of Dallas Mavericks. That is when Skip Bayless was validated.
Right.
Which I understand. However, over time, not only do we evolve as humans, but basketball players also evolve as well, many with their own legacies and careers. And on top of that, we have already evolved with, well, you know, LeBron James isn't even worth $1. He's only worth 3/4.
Right.
That is what the joke was for LeBron James for so long.
Right.
So Skip Bayless made a name for himself, and this is why I don't think he believes it. Because he has, like, think about this, okay? Kanye, right? A little different, but just follow me.
And
Kanye,
it's very similar these days.
well, just hear me out. Kanye puts out a tweet.
Right.
Even if it is so wrong, look at all the retweets he gets.
Right.
Look at all the likes he gets.
He has an audience.
Look at all the comments he gets. So when you have that, it is like somewhat of, what's the word for a mind F? Like whatever.
Brainwashing.
So you have that moment, right? And you think about it like, oh my God, I am spewing nonsensical BS,
right?
And people still follow me. That is what Skip Bayless saw. He was at the crossroads, red pill, blue pill. He took the one that led down this path for him to get $5.5 million a year. So that's why I don't think he believes it. I think he still has to stick by his guns and still clamor to LeBron isn't clutch. LeBron really hasn't won anything in my own personal book or what have you, because he's gotten paid off of it, and that is how he has made his celebrity.
So what you're saying is if he was to give LeBron the credit that he deserves,
which will never happen,
he's just gonna be another opinion, and it's what he says is gonna be worthless.
He cannot allow himself to ever do it, because think about this. If you build your entire career on one false narrative, and even though, like, we're in the hot take business at this point, and I think hopefully media will evolve much like the basketball, much in the same way that people have evolved with their own feelings about LeBron James. He has lived and made a name for himself in that business.
Right.
So if you were to ever be like, if you were to Alex Jones it, right, and be like, it was an act, they'd be like, oh, yeah, we all knew it was an act. Now he just pretty much validated all of our own opinions on it.
I don't think he can say necessarily that it was an act, because then he would be, everything that he said before he confronts the whole thing, like, oh, you know, this was an act, isn't gonna be validated. So he can't necessarily get away with saying, okay, it's an act.
No, it's just an example, but like, it'll never happen.
He can't say that, you know what, I've become a fan of LeBron's legacy, and I've become a fan of the way that he plays. He can't say that, and it's not necessarily going back on anything that he said. He's just looking at it now from a different angle.
Right. Looking at which part from a different angle?
Looking at the fact that, okay, he's giving LeBron the credit that he deserves.
Right, but again, it'll never, ever happen.
Man.
If you, look, he could be on his deathbed. As long as he's cutting a check
Skip
from
were to go
Fox
head to
Sports
head,
1, Chris Broussard would kill him.
Not mentioning anything pertaining to LeBron?
Yeah, absolutely. So like Chris Broussard, as I view him very quickly, he is what Fox Sports 1 needs, which is a competent talking head who has been involved in the game for over 20, 25 years. So he has instant credibility, and more importantly, he doesn't have to live in the hot take business because he made a name for himself as a journalist. And Skip did that same thing, but then he went along a different path in order to have like the $5.5 million contract. So what Broussard brings is someone who has been in the NBA circles many, many times, understands what the hell he's talking about, and just uses logic.
Right. He's a factual guy.
That is what Fox Sports 1 needs.
He's a factual guy. He knows, he was honest. I get it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that because Skip is such a provocative, he's a provoking guy. He can easily get a conversation going, doesn't necessarily have to be on facts, but his opinions weigh so strongly with him that I think it would be an interesting debate. Had they gone on a head-to-head debate match, not mentioning anything pertaining to LeBron, it would be something interesting to watch.
Let me ask you a question. So LeBron James is one of the best basketball players we've ever seen.
True.
Do you know who Skip Bayless said won LeBron 3 finals?
Remind me.
Dwayne Wade, Ray Allen, Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
Never giving credit to LeBron James. That is someone that is as jaded and as misinformed of a talking head that we have ever seen in this new wave of media.
Right.
In my opinion, of course.
I mean, again, I think I want to say that it's not necessarily. I don't think that it's something that he at this point is acting. I think it's something he genuinely believes in.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't.
You don't think so?
Not
You think
at
it's a
all.
complete act?
Yes, absolutely. That is what people do once they realize that they could build an audience. Like, I don't want to say her name because no, I'm not going to, because I don't want to like bring light to this horrible person. But if anybody wanted to make a name for themselves right now, and they were getting into political media, let's say, you know what would be the easiest way, even if you do it? Become a part, and someone pitched me this idea and I agree with it completely. Become a part of right-wing media and talk about how much you love guns and how much you love Trump, and then you will be viewed as the next prophet and put on a pedestal. Because the craziness and the wacky and the not even objective, but the falsely accurate side that many of the facts lie on for that particular party, those people are being raised up to having over 100,000 followers on Twitter, over 100,000 followers on Instagram, just because they are being provocative and basically baiting you into engaging with them. That is pretty much what it is.